The Vector podcast officially has more than 500 subscribers, and I cannot thank you all enough. So if you're already a subscriber, welcome back to the Vector podcast. And if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you too. You're joining a group of curious innovators working hard to learn more about human and AI collaboration. If you haven't subscribed, now is the time to do so. So today we're diving into part 3 of our 3-part series, AI leadership. In parts 1 and 2, we discussed AI literacy and how to integrate AI into your workflows. Today, we're talking about something that goes beyond the technical jargon. We're talking about leading people, organizations, and industries through this AI transformation that's happening right now. So KPMG just released their third quarter 2025 AI quarterly pulse survey. And here's what they found. AI agent deployment has nearly quadrupled in just 6 months. We're talking about 42% of organizations now having deployed actual AI agents. This is up from just 11% 2 quarters ago. But while technology departments are leading at 95% deployment, most executives are still treating this like a pilot program. Meanwhile, research from BSI shows that 41% of business leaders are already using AI to enable headcount reductions, but only 20% of enterprise leaders feel their organizations are actually prepared for what's coming. That's not a technology gap. That's a leadership gap. So before we dive into solutions, let's be honest about what's making AI leadership different from any other transformation that you've managed. Now, this is not like rolling out a new CRM software or implementing lean manufacturing. AI fundamentally challenges who we are at work. The conference board just launched their AI leadership summit for 2025, and their key message is clear. AI is past the pilot phase. AI is absolutely in play. But here's what they're really saying between the lines. Most leaders are still operating like this is 2023. They're still asking, should we use AI? When the real question is, how fast can we transform our organizations to thrive alongside AI? See, McKinsey's latest research backs us up. They found that organizations with oversight of AI governance see significantly higher bottom line impact from their AI initiatives, not CTO oversight, not AI committee oversight, CEO oversight. Because AI leadership is more than just managing technology, AI leadership reimagines how humans and AI work together to create value. So based on some of my work with teams going through this transformation and drawing from some of the latest research, I've identified 3 pillars that separate AI leaders from AI managers. The first pillar is having a vision that goes beyond automation. So most leaders are still thinking about AI as a to make existing processes faster or cheaper. Just this month, LHH's General Assembly and Ezra launched their AI leadership transformation program, and their research found that less than half of companies offer leadership-specific AI training. Think about that. We're asking people to lead through the biggest technological shift since the internet, but we're not giving them the frameworks to do it effectively. The leaders who get this right start with a different question. Instead of asking, where can we deploy AI to cut costs? They ask, what would our industry look like if we designed it from the ground up with AI as a core capability? That shift in thinking from efficiency to possibility is a classic characteristic of visionaries. The second pillar is human-centric implementation. So Fortune just published a piece called Why AI Empathy Won't Replace Human Leaders, based on University of Bern research showing that while machines can now outperform humans on measures of empathy, they still can't replace the kind of leadership that humans need. See, the most successful AI leaders spend about 70% of their time on the human side of the equation. They're not focused on the algorithms or the infrastructure. They're focused on helping their people understand their evolving role, building confidence in human AI collaboration, and creating psychological safety for experimentation. So KPMG's research shows that we've moved from a sort of fear factor around AI to what they call cognitive fatigue, where people aren't really scared of AI anymore, but they're exhausted by the learning and adaptation required. That's where leadership comes in. See, overcoming this fatigue requires a step beyond pushing adoption, but rather sustainably supporting people through this transition. The third pillar is governance that enables efficiency. This is not the same as speed. See, thinking speed and efficiency are synonymous is where a lot of organizations get stuck. They create these massive AI governance frameworks that require committee approval for every experiment, and then they wonder why they can't move fast enough to compete. Well, the AI leaders who are winning right now are implementing what ModelOp calls minimum viable governance. They're setting clear guardrails around ethics, security, and compliance, but within those guardrails, they're empowering their teams to move at the speed of business. So Microsoft just announced their support for model context protocol across their entire AI platform, GitHub, Copilot Studio, Azure AI Foundry. That's a leadership decision to enable their ecosystem to move faster by adopting open standards. Now, let me tell you what's happening right now that every AI leader needs to be aware of. First, we're seeing a rise of what McKinsey calls agentic AI. These are AI systems that can plan, execute multi-step workflows, and adapt their approach based on results. Last week, OpenAI released Agentic Kit, and they're promising standalone workflows API and agent deployment options soon. So what does this mean for leaders? It means that the game is changing again. Organizations that spent the last year building AI literacy and integration capabilities, well, they're ready for this. Second, we're seeing the formalization of AI leadership roles. The number of chief AI officers is increasing every day. Harvard Business Review published research this year on AI first leadership, and they found that organizations with dedicated AI leadership roles report not just better AI outcomes, but better overall business performance. Third, regulatory pressure is increasing. The EU AI Act is now in force, and US states are rapidly developing their own AI governance requirements. But here's the thing, leaders who treat compliance as a constraint are missing the opportunity. We're using governance frameworks as a competitive advantage, showing customers and partners that they can be trusted with AI. They're the ones capturing market share. So how do you actually implement AI leadership in your organization? Let me give you a practical framework that you can start using this week. If you're a solo entrepreneur, think through these questions. If you're a part of a larger team, start with your leadership. If you're not aligned at the top, nothing else matters. Work through these questions. First, what would our industry look like if our biggest competitor had unlimited AI capabilities? Second, what unique value can our people provide that AI cannot? And third, what do we want our reputation to be when it comes to blending human expertise and AI technology? Next, assess your organizational readiness. Survey your managers on 3 dimensions. The first, assess their confidence in discussing AI with their teams. Second, evaluate their ability to identify AI opportunities in their domain. And third, evaluate their comfort with the ambiguity that comes with emerging technology. So where you find gaps, that's where you invest in leadership development. Finally, strategic deployment. This is where most organizations struggle. They either move too slow with endless pilots or they move too fast and create chaos. So the leaders who get this right follow what AWS calls a business-led strategic roadmap. They start with basic automation and progressively move towards more autonomous systems, but they do it with clear governance frameworks from day one. Now, let me address the 3 biggest challenges that I see AI leaders facing. The first of these is the talent paradox. You need AI-capable leaders to drive AI transformation, but you can't develop AI-capable leaders without giving them the experience with AI transformation. It's a classic sort of chicken and egg problem. The solution, create what Harvard Business Review calls AI-first leadership capabilities through experiential learning. Don't send your leaders to AI conferences, embed them in AI initiatives. Make them responsible for outcomes, not just oversight. The second is striking the right balance between speed and safety. Move too fast and you create ethical or compliance issues. Move too slow and you lose competitive advantage. The solution is governed experimentation. Create safe spaces where teams can experiment rapidly, but with clear boundaries and measurement frameworks. So this is exactly what companies like Salesforce are doing with their Agentforce platform. They're enabling rapid deployment while maintaining governance controls. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is measuring ROI. See, traditional metrics don't capture the value of improved decision-making, enhanced creativity, or increased organizational utility. The solution is developing what McKinsey calls AI portfolio intelligence, tracking AI assets like a financial portfolio. Look at leading indicators like employee confidence with AI tools, speed of AI project deployment, and quality of human AI collaborative outputs. So where is AI leadership headed? See the rise of AI native organizations. These are companies that aren't adapting AI to existing workflows, but rather designing new workflows around human AI collaboration from the ground up. Stanford Healthcare is actually doing this right now with Microsoft's Healthcare Agent Orchestrator to streamline tumor board preparation. Second, we're going to see the democratization of AI leadership capabilities. Right now, AI leadership feels like a specialized skill. In 2026, it's going to be a baseline expectation for any management role. The World Economic Forum predicts that by 2030, nearly 30% of work tasks will involve collaborative effort between humans and AI. Third, we're going to see the emergence of what researchers are calling flexible human AI teams. These are organizational structures that can dynamically allocate their work between humans and AI based on the specific requirements of each task or project. Carnegie Mellon just held a workshop on this exact topic in September. Folks were brought together to tackle the future of these flexible human AI teams where tasks are dynamically shared between people and AI based on what each challenge demands. Sessions focus on practical ways to build trust, ensure fairness, and create robust systems so that organizations can blend human judgment and AI capabilities for smarter, safer, and more adaptive teamwork. See, AI leadership is challenging. It requires you to navigate uncertainty, manage fear and excitement simultaneously, and make decisions about technology that's evolving faster than any of us can keep up with. But that's exactly why your leadership matters so much right now. The organizations that are going to thrive in the next decade are going to be the ones with leaders who can bring out the best in both humans and AI, who can create cultures where people feel empowered by AI rather than threatened by it, and who can move fast enough to capture opportunities while maintaining the trust and safety that sustainable business requires. Remember that every day that you spend building these capabilities is a day that you stay ahead of organizations that are still treating AI like a technology problem instead of a leadership opportunity. So that wraps up part 3 of our AI competency series. If this helped you think differently about AI leadership, do me a favor and hit the like button. So if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the best time to do so. We're just getting started building this community of AI capable professionals and leaders. And if you want to go deeper on any of these topics, drop a comment below. I read every single one of these and your feedback directly shapes future episodes. Remember, the goal isn't to become an AI expert overnight. It's to become the kind of leader who can guide others through uncertainty, who can see opportunity where others only see disruption, and who can build the human connections that make technological transformation sustainable. So keep learning, keep leading, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible when humans and AI work together effectively. I'll catch you on the next one.